Hello and welcome to RECIDS Quick Spin. This is our third quick spin. But this time I'm going to, instead of just talking about the vinyl itself, I actually have a full album review for Bette Midler's No Frills. It's garbage. It was released in 1983. It was her sixth studio album, but her most successful albums were her soundtracks for the films that she was in, like The Rose, Beaches, movies that that Bette Midler's been nominated for like Academy Awards and like won Golden Globes and shit for. Most people probably know Bette Midler as this bitch from Hocus Pocus, or from the song The Rose. But this was her sixth outing, and what she put out was pretty shit. Let's just talk about the album cover first of all. It looks like it's like graffitied, and then you got this like tit boomerang monster, and like teardrops, leopard print stripe triangles, dots. I don't know what this is. And then on the back, it gets a little more ugly. You got this like ransom note, producers and track listing. Ew, the ugliest green wig, like fishnets, ballet shoes, dress, leopard. I don't even know what that zebra print thing is, unless it's part of this like weird aquarium chair she's sitting in. It's probably the ugliest album that I have. It's just on standard black vinyl, and it's on like a blue printed sheet with just more production credit ransom notes. It's pretty bad. The first song is It Love? And it's pretty much her saying like, is it love that excites ya? It doesn't. It's not a good song, no point. My favorite song on the album is the second track, Favorite Waste of Time, because it has like a really catchy chorus with some really good harmonies, and it's a good, like, I actually put it on my daily listening like Spotify playlist, Wombology, so that gets a point. She follows that up with All I Need to Know, which is actually written by Cynthia Weil and Barry Mann of like Beautiful, the Carole King musical fame, and I gave that a point as well because it's like this long, really beautiful ballad. It's a good song, but then it gets really bad with Only in Miami, because it starts with this like ugly, like Floridian, like Spanish feel music, and it's terrible. It's one of the worst songs on the album, no point. Next is Heart Overhead, which has a catchy chorus and lyrics. You know, it's kind of saying like, I fell hard overhead for you, but she like keeps repeating it, and it's pretty neat. I gave that a point. And then the rest of the songs do not get a point. Let Me Drive is one of the ugliest songs on the album with no point, because she's doing like this really ugly vocal. She's like, let me drive, like she's getting fucked in the ass while she's singing. Then you got My Eye on You, which also does not get a point, which has this really ugly like synthesizer solo in the middle that sounds like horror music. It's real bad. Then next is Beast of a Burden, which is actually like I guess an obscure Rolling Stones song, like written by Mick Jagger and like the guys of Rolling Stone. She covered it. One of the worst songs on the album, but for some reason it was a promotional single. But clearly this was her second lowest charting album of all time, so clearly it didn't, that promotional single of Beast of Burden did not help. Next we have Soda and a Souvenir, which is like she sings with like a baby voice. She's like, I just want a soda and a souvenir. Like, if you're trying to be sexy, Bette, you're not doing it. And it was so slow, so long. And then finally, the only song that she wrote on the album, well, that she co-wrote on the album, was Come Back Jimmy Dean, about reading the newspaper, seeing Jimmy Dean's dead and wanting him to come back. It's terrible, no point. It closes out the album really shittily. So overall, I gave it 3 out of 10 for a 30%. This is a pretty shit album. compared to, like, you know, Bette Midler's biggest songs like Wind Beneath My Wings, The Rose, Divine Miss M, Beaches, you know, all these great movies that she's done, Hocus Pocus, all these great songs that she's done. And this is what her 6th album was? It was shit. Like, if you're a fan of Bette Midler, I would say maybe pick this up and give it a listen if you get the chance. I only paid 50 cents for this. I would never have paid more for this. So if you get the chance, pick it up. But if you're just a regular vinyl collector, or if you're not really a fan of Bette Midler, I would definitely give this album a pass, because it's not that good. It's actually pretty terrible. One of the worst albums I've ever heard. Nice try, Bette. Granted, she got a lot better, but this is shit. Bye!